Jack secretly used a homemade nail gun to shoot 2 expansion hooks into the bank wall, then took out a hydraulic jack and connected steel cables to both ends of the hooks. When he activated the jack, the stone wall banged and split open a large hole. The 2 men approached the giant security door of the vault and pulled out an electric drill, aiming it at the lock cylinder. They only had 8 minutes to complete the heist, because once the lock was touched, the police would arrive within 8 minutes. His accomplice brought concentrated sulfuric acid and poured it directly into the keyhole. In just 5 seconds, the lock cylinder exploded. After that, Jack used an endoscope to carefully examine the internal gear structure. One small mistake would cause the vault door to lock permanently. Once he figured out the precise angle of the gears inside the lock, Jack turned the combination dial without hesitation. When all the gears snapped into the correct positions, the vault door slowly opened. Even though he saw piles of gold bars inside, Jack chose to take cash for the same weight. Cash had a much higher actual value. Just as they thought they had succeeded, an entire SWAT team had surrounded the bank. Looking at the locked entrance, the SWAT officers wrapped chains around the bank door, hooked the other end of the chains to an armored vehicle, and started the truck, yanking hard. The door was wrenched open forcefully. But when they rushed in, the place was empty. Jack and his accomplice had already escaped through the back door. However, as soon as they came out, they ran into an elderly homeless man. The accomplice wanted to kill him to silence him, but Jack firmly stopped him. When the getaway driver arrived, Jack pulled his accomplice toward the car, then remembered they had left the money at the back door and turned back to get it. But when he came out, his accomplice had driven away alone. The police were also closing in. Jack chased after the car, but was stopped by the police. He grabbed a police car and tried to flee, only to be forced into a parking lot. There were roadblocks everywhere at the exits. When he rushed through, his tires were punctured by spikes, and the car lost control and crashed into a factory. But Jack walked out unharmed and turned himself involuntarily. It was only after the SWAT team took control of him that they discovered his money bag was completely empty.